Hi everybody, this is lesson 1.6, explaining changes in trait distribution. So our I can statement for today's lesson is I can use evidence I have collected and science concepts I have learned to support one or more claims about why the newts have become more poisonous over time. Okay, so in this video I'm going to go over partner 1 with you, and in this lesson there will be 3 different writing or graphs that you need to write about. Um, but I'll go over the first one with you to show kind of what I want you to do. So these are all graphs from lessons that we have previously done. Looking at this first one, this is Australope color distribution. So you can see by this graph that the striped lines are generation 1 and the colored in gray line is generation 50. This down here is the different colors ranging from 1 to 10, and over here is the number of australopes. So it tells us here the starting population, many color traits, high variation. So high variation, we can see that lots of different colors are across the board. That would be high variation, lots of different varieties of colors. And the ending population is all yellow level 7 traits with no variation, right? No variation meaning there's only one color. And then it also tells us the environment changed to yellow level 7 surface color, and it included predators. So the fact that it includes predators, if you remember from one of the previous lessons, that forced all these other things to die off, right? They were not able to camouflage with their environment. So these 1 through 6 and 8 and 9 were easily able to be found by the predators, eaten, and then because they were eaten, they were not able to reproduce and pass on their traits to their offspring, where number 7 could. They could camouflage, so they could pass their traits on to their offspring. Okay, so based on the information above, how can you explain why the distribution of traits changed in the population? And in your answer, I would like you to use, or at least try to use, some of these words here. So adaptive trait, distribution, environment, non-adaptive trait, and variation. Okay, so you can start out by just explaining the variation, that it started out high variation and ended with low variation to no variation over 50 generations. I want you to explain why. So you can tell kind of what I just said by the environment changing, and the fact that it included predators. So because the environment had factors that made certain traits, such as yellow color in this one, that made them adaptive traits. Okay, and the adaptive traits became more common over time, and the other traits that were non-adaptive eventually disappeared from the population because these australopes with the non-adaptive traits were more likely to be eaten by predators and die, so they cannot pass on their color trait. Okay, so you can take a pause on the video here to copy this down. This is a good example of what I'm looking for the next two partner 2 and partner 3 graphs. So take a look at this one. You have the same question to answer here. Obviously, your answer will be different since there are different populations over the generations, also different traits that you're looking at. So there's 2, there's 3, and again, these should look familiar, these graphs, because these are straight from the ones that we've done from previous lessons. Okay. Moving on to the second part of the lesson, it says analyze the image and discuss the questions below with a partner. So now we are looking at the newt population over time. So this was 50 generations ago. We can see we have pretty high variation ranging from low poison level, with a few on the high end, and then over 50 generations today. We can see we have we actually have none in the low level, and then we have lots of newts, high variation in the high level of poison. You can also see the environment 50 generations ago had no snakes, whereas the population today does have snakes. Okay, so consider these two facts. Since the time when the data was collected 50 generations ago, the distribution of traits in the population has shifted significantly. Now, many more individuals have poison level 10. Since it was collected 50 generations ago, snakes became part of the news environment. So, how can these facts be related? Create a statement with a partner about how these facts might be related in a cause and effect relationship. So, here is a sentence starter that you can use to get you started. I think blank probably caused the effect of blank because blank. Okay, so try to use that. You can copy and paste this, fill in the blanks, and add in the because part for how you think these facts can be related. Okay, and then down here, you're going to write about rough skin newts. Our question is what caused the newt population to become more poisonous over time? So we've got some claims here. Choose one or more claims to support the evidence and reasoning. You may also want to explain why one or more of the claims is definitely not correct. Okay, so we've done claims and reasoning before, right? You can say, I believe this claim is true. My evidence is this. This matters because this. So make sure to always back your evidence with reasoning. And that's it for this lesson.